Achievements made easy. Lag walkthroughs. Hello there, folks. Bonkekook here, back with another 1000G achievement walkthrough for a game that has a triple stack. This one's been out for a while, but I'm just getting around to it myself, and I figured I would make a walkthrough for it. This is Cat in Ghostly Road. I am going to be recording using the Series X version, as you can see, but it also has a One and a Windows version, published by Sometimes You and developed by BOV Games. It initially released on the 6th of March of 2024. Each version is $9.99. However, with any of the Sometimes You games, you can buy the Xbox One version and then get the other two versions half off. So, you can, of course, buy however you get the Xbox One version. Once you have it purchased, you can then buy the Series version for $5 and the Windows version for $5 as well. Quick and easy completion. It does take a little bit of time to get used to the controls, and it's going to take you a little bit longer on console than it does on Windows, because completing this with a mouse is far faster than having to use a controller, unfortunately. So it will take you a little bit longer on the controller to finish this one, but it's ultimately not a very complex game. It shouldn't be very difficult. There is one achievement, I believe, that is missable, or there might be a bunch. I had to go back and play one that I missed. Let's see, there are two missable achievements. So one of them I missed on my one playthrough, and I had to start a whole new run. But this doesn't take you very long. If anything, it's going to run you approximately probably 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe a bit longer depending on what version you're doing. I'm going to go in and take down the sounds. However, I did notice that doing this does not eliminate all of the sounds, so there may be some coming through. When you're ready, go ahead and just start a new game. The controls are very simple. The game itself is very simple. You can press B to get rid of the little dialogue, and then just hold left and your cat will continue to walk. And you're going to hold this for a while. Once you get to the bottom of the path or the hill here, the cat is going to basically give up. You can press B to get rid of the dialogues. And after a couple of dialogue boxes, the gentleman will come out of the shack and save us. So you move the cursor on the screen here with the right analog, which you cannot change its speed, which is why this takes a little bit longer. With the mouse, it's very responsive. With this, you're going to have to move the cursor all the way around the screen. So hover over the cat and press A. Then press A on the dialogue and skip through it. Then move the cursor to the right of the screen and press A, and he's supposed to walk over there and go outside, but it just sent us outside. Press B to get rid of the dialog box. We're going to grab the sapling here, then the hoe, and the bucket. Move the cursor into the upper right to open your inventory. You can also do this by pressing Y. When you're in your inventory, you can use the D-pad to select which item you want to, and double pressing A on something will automatically close the inventory with it in your hand, or you can press A to select it and then press A on the hand icon down there to get it as well. Either way, get out of your inventory with the bucket in your hand and interact. Press A on the water to fill the bucket. And now we're going to walk to the right. using the left analog stick, and you'll see this little plot here. First, interact and select the hoe, and then with the hoe selected, interact with the plot. Press Y to open your inventory and select the seedling and use the seedling there. Then press Y, select the bucket, and use the bucket. Then you can walk back to the left and press A on the door of the shack to go back inside. Move the cursor over the mat on the floor and press A. The cat will have a little nap, and then the basic story of this game unfolds. Spoiler alert, a demon steals the soul of our master, and as a cat, we have to go save it. I asked my cat if she would do this for me, and she ran away and has not been laying with me, so I think that's my answer. Press B to eliminate the dialogue, and press A on the ladder to go up into the attic. You now unlock, like, spirit view by pressing X, or the picture of the cat with the 3 eyes. You can turn on spirit mode and you can see ghosts. So walk to the left and turn on spirit mode, and we're going to talk to the nose here. You can just skip all the way through the dialogue. You may not even need to talk to him, but I've done it on every playthrough. So walk to the left, interact with the cabinet here, and then pick up the red bag. That is your inventory now as a cat. Then interact with the earring here. For some reason on PC it didn't disappear when I grabbed it, but I had it in my inventory, so just keep in mind that could happen to you, and you might be stuck with an earring for the entire playthrough. Go ahead and talk to the swinging heads here. You have to interact with the female head. Then open up your inventory, double click on the earring, and then press A on the female head to give the earring, and it will drop the seal to the ground. You can press A on the seal to grab it. That's going to pop some achievements for you. I'm not going to be going over the achievements as they pop, but they will be popping as we go through. Press A on this middle herb here to put it in our inventory, and then continue walking to the right to go back down out of the attic. Press Y to open your inventory up and select the herb and put it inside the tea kettle there. Then open up your inventory and select the seal and use it on this middle poster. After a few seconds, you'll automatically transport inside the picture. Walk to the left a little bit and pick up the beehive. Walk to the left some more. And in the bottom left in front of the pond here is some white clay. I couldn't remember what it was that we need to pick up. And we're going to continue walking to the left. There's a broken drum here that we need to grab. And we're going to continue walking to the left and interact with this little symbol to change screens. On the coast here, right behind our cat head is a shell on the ground. Go ahead and pick it up. There's a coin back here that we need to grab, and then right above us is some resin on a tree, and we need to grab that. With that all done, you can press the icon to head back to the right. Open up your inventory, select the coins, and then hover them over the gentleman here, and he's going to give us an oil lamp. So go back into your inventory, and now we can combine things in the inventory. So we're going to select the resin here and put it onto the clamshell. Then select the clamshell. It actually automatically selects once you combine, so I apologize, I had to go back in. But then combine the resin with the lamp, and that will melt the resin to use it as glue. Then select the hive twice. Excuse me. Select the hive, interact with the drum, and then interact with the clay, and that will seal that off. You can back out and walk to the right. Press X so that you have your spirit mode activated. Open up your inventory, double click on the drum full of bees, and give it to the crane. And then walk to the right and interact with the large frog here. And then grab the gold coin. We'll then return to the merchant again and use the coin on the merchant. And they're going to give us a broken dragon amulet. Go into your inventory again and combine the amulet with the resin or whatever it was that we melted to fix it and get us our dragon talisman. Now we can walk to the left and use the icon to go back to the beach. On the coast here, walk to the left and a little fish is going to come out of the ground. Go into your inventory, equip the amulet, and use it on the fish. You're going to have a little mini game here that you do have to complete. It's not too difficult and you can retry if you fail, but you just have to get the fish to the top using the left and right directions on the left analog. You just have to avoid things. Controls get a little funky, and at points the game moves you around on your own. Like right there, I just kind of moved on my own there. So once you get kind of halfway, if you haven't gotten hit, you're basically golden because you flash for a couple of seconds when you do get hit. And all you have to do is get to the top and you'll see the dragon fly off the screen to the right, which means you succeeded. If you fail, you just have to keep trying until you beat it. Dragon's gonna walk up to us, or swim up to us, I suppose. Go ahead and talk to the dragon. That will start a little cutscene of the cat riding on the dragon. On the coast here, go ahead and interact with this rat to pick it up. Go into your inventory and select the pearls and use them on this dark spot here. Go into your inventory again and use the gourd and hover over the water to your right to fill it with water. And then go into your inventory and select the gourd again and use it on the spot to grow our tree. Then interact with the symbol on the tree to climb up. And start walking to the left. You're going to see a dude eating a ton of peaches. In fact, an infinite amount of peaches. Like, that's actually impressive. Go ahead and interact with him, talk through all the dialogue, then walk to the left and interact with the symbol to continue to the next area. You'll land here. Go ahead and walk to the left. Now, I do want to warn people who might be using this for another console. The Steam version of this had a glitch in it where if you pick up other feathers than the one you need, it could lock you out of a trophy or achievement. I don't know if it's been fixed. I do not know if it applies to like the PlayStation version of this as well. I do know that the Xbox version does not have that achievement in it, so you don't need to worry about that on Xbox. But if you are using my walkthrough for some other platform, be wary of that and look that up. I can't guarantee if that glitch is still in the game or not. But for what we're doing, you don't have to worry about it on Xbox, as the achievement and glitch does not seem to exist in the game. Interact with these two lilies of the valley, and then walk slightly further left, and there is a rock pile here. Interact with it, and 3 items will pop out. You just have to press A on one of them to grab all 3, and continue walking to the left. You'll see an incense station there and a chained up cat girl. We're going to talk to the cat girl. I don't think you have to, but I'm going to do it anyways because I'm a good cat. Continue walking to the left, open up your inventory, and we're going to combine the steel ring there with the flint to make what the game calls a cap, or I'm going to call it a fire starter. Select the fire starter and use it on the lantern on the ground there. Then go into your inventory again, select the incense stick and put it in the lantern to light it. Walk to the left. Get back to the incense stand here. Go into your inventory, double click on the incense so that you're equipping it and put it inside the incense holder, and it'll tell you a demon fell asleep, but I haven't revealed the demon yet, so that would be a shock to you. Press X to bring up the demon vision or ghost vision and interact with the key around the demon's neck. Walk to the right a little bit, equip the key, and use it on the mirror down here. Open your inventory again, equip the key, and use it around the neck of the cat girl to free her. Once the dialogue is done, you can walk to the left and continue on. This is where one of the missable achievements is, so follow this very carefully with me so you don't have to repeat things like I did. So work your way to the bridge and there'll be this crying girl. It won't let you move on. You have to talk to her. So talk to the crying girl, and she's desperate to get us to dive into the water. Press X to bring up the ghost and vision and walk to the left to get the fright achievement. Again, that's the one I missed and had to play through to this point again. With your ghost vision up, open up your inventory, select the dead rat, and use it in the water. And then you can cross the bridge. Go ahead and talk to Mushroom Man here. Then press X to get out of ghost vision and pick up the mushroom. Press the left trigger. This will turn you into Human Catman, and you can pick up the parasol. And then continue walking to the left, and you can switch back to cat mode if you want to, but use the icon to go into the left screen. Continue walking to the left, talk to this monk statue if you want to, and then continue left and interact with this stick here to pick it up. Press X to become ghost mode and talk to the female mushroom, the mushroom princess. Press Y to enter your inventory, double click the mushroom traveler, and then use the mushroom traveler on the mushroom princess. And that's going to pop you an achievement. Open your inventory again and combine the top of the bamboo umbrella with the bamboo stick, and then click it again so that you have it equipped and use it on the monk statue. And it's going to stop the rain. Excuse me, now walk to the right. And talk to the spider here. Once you're done, press A on the lantern to pick up a dirty feather, and we have to walk back to the left. Open your inventory, select the dirty feather, and use it in the water to clean it off. And now we are going to walk all the way back to the right. So walk right and interact with the icon to change screens to the right. Cross the bridge and on the other side, interact with the icon to switch, cross over to the next screen on the right again. Once here, open your inventory, select the wet feather, and use it on the lantern. The feather will catch fire, and press A on it to grab the phoenix feather, then walk to the right. When you get to the monument, first and foremost, open your inventory, grab the gourd, and pick up some water from the spring. Then open your inventory, and we need to use both of the lilies of the valley in each of these pots here. So use one on the left side and one on the right side. And then use your gourd of water on the bowl at the top there. And that will summon the little cloud traveling system to bring us back to that guy who's probably still eating all the peaches. Open your inventory and use the phoenix feather on him. And after the dialogue, you are automatically transported to the next area. Right away, grab this twig off of the ground, and then grab this tooth. Or, gosh, there was another name for it, and I can't remember what it was. Regardless, grab both of them and walk left across the bridge. A little bit past the lantern is a second twig in the background there. And then we're going to walk even further to a little casket or tomb or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a tombologist. I do not know. Go into your inventory, combine all of the twigs, and then press A again so that you have them selected, and place them in the wood pile or shavings or whatever on the ground here. Then use the fire starter on them, and that will free up or de-ice the lock. Press left trigger to turn into a human. There is a hidden kind of demon hand that looks like a branch here, so pick it up. And then interact with the hole in the tree here to get a seal. I'm going to switch back to being a cat. Go into your inventory and pick up that seal, the dark seal, and use it on where the lock was. Once the casket opens, we're going to grab the heart. And then if you really want to, you can read the scroll. I believe you might have to, but I've been doing it on every run. In your inventory, combine the hand with the heart, and then combine those with the tooth. And then press A again to pull it and select it in your inventory and drop it into the well. A little scene's going to happen. We're going to blow up. And it's a demon. Once we regain control, we're just going to walk left after a dialogue box. Cross the bridge and walk up to the demon. And go ahead and talk to them. We're going to have a little ocarina puzzle. So we have to press these in the proper order so that we play the song we need to. So just follow along with the order that I press them. It's the bottom left, middle left, and upper left. the bottom right, the upper left, the middle right, the middle left, the middle right, the middle left, the upper left, and the bottom left. And of course, all of the sounds are muted, so you didn't hear that, but it was also playing music before that, so I don't know. After a couple of seconds, the demon will be dispelled. Once he's gone, we're going to continue walking to the left, past the well, and interact with that icon to move to the next screen. First things first, grab the broom here. Again, this is where the glitch on Steam was, where if you grabbed any other feather, that broom wouldn't show up and you couldn't continue. I don't know if it ever existed in the console version, but I know it does not exist now. So grab the broom, then select the fire starter and light this lantern. Then select the fire starter again and light this lantern and walk over to the left. Use the fire starter on the two lanterns in front of the shrine. Use the fire starter, on the lantern to the left. Use the broom on the shrine. And then pick up the incense. Go to the left here, and there's one more lantern for you to light. And then you can continue back to the shrine. At the shrine, select the incense and light it using one of the lanterns that you have lit. Then double select the incense and use it in the bowl at the shrine. Open your inventory and double select the seal. I apologize. Grab the berries out of the bush to the left there and use those in the ink canister that is empty. And now select the green seal and put it in that ink canister. And select the green seal again and use it on this lantern here. Then use the fire starter on that lantern and follow it as it moves to the left. I'm pretty sure we had to light all of the lanterns. I did it anyways. I've been doing it on every run because I think the ghosts might, or the spirits that were there might attack it if we don't. So we've made it beyond the oblivion. To the cemetery. Interact and grab the kind of fish bones there. Grab both planks here. And grab the pricklies, a thorn bush. In your inventory, grab the 2 planks and interact with the water down here. To place them so that you can walk up to the boat. And you're going to talk to the boat. So talk to the boat and it'll vomit out a rope for you. And then interact with the rope to go inside of the boat. Interact with this first cabinet, a rat will pop out. Go into your inventory, select the pricklies, and put it inside the cabinet. Walk all the way to the left here. First, use the fire starter on the 2 lanterns here to get the demon bats out of there. Interact with this left unbroken vase vase to get a key. Then interact with this broken vase fragment and interact with the broken loot string and walk to the right. Open your inventory and use the key and interact with the lock to open the cabinet and grab the cauldron and the paintbrush. And then you can continue to the right, interact with the rope to get back onto the little beach. Open up your inventory, combine the fish bones with the cauldron, and then combine those with the loot string, and select that, and hover over the stick above the kind of campsite looking place, and press A to hang it. Go into your inventory, use the gourd to pick up some water, then use the gourd of water on the cauldron. And now you can use the fire starter on the wood under the cauldron. Open your inventory and double select the brush and use it on the cauldron. Then go into your inventory and combine the brush with the broken fragment. And now you can walk to the left and use the rope to get back into the ship. Continue left and open your inventory when you can see the broken vase and double tap the fragment to equip it and use it. And now you can return to the head of the ship and talk to it again. After a few seconds, you'll change scenes. Walk to the left a little bit. Open your inventory, double select the red lantern, and press A so that the lantern is used on the ship's head, and a little scene is going to take place. On the shore here, grab another set of pricklies. Walk to the left, use X to use your ghost vision, interact with this stone pile and grab a ghost skull, and then you can continue walking to the left and use the icon over here to continue on. This is the other missable achievement, so we're going to get this taken care of right away. So keep walking to the left. Go ahead and talk to the cat girl real quick. And then continue left and you'll see this lovely young lady with the teacup. Interact with her. And that is the other missable achievement. If you use your ghost vision, you'll see she's a fox. Continue to the left to the next screen. We do need to come back here later, but for now, keep a note of the bowl there and the flower and the incense. We'll be back later. Walk to the left and pick up the bronze knife coin, and then, interact with the icon to change screens to the left. And in the Garden of Flowers, interact with this cloth to grab it, and now we interact with the icon to go back to the right. Walk all the way to the right, and we're going to use the icon to get back to the market. And then walk all the way to the right so we get back to that beach area where we landed. So interact with the icon to go back to the beach. Once we return to the crate here, open your inventory and use this little bronze knife coin, as the game calls it, on it to open it up. You can grab the bag of coins and then talk to the three-eyed kitty. Go through the dialogue and the cat will join you, and then you can walk back to the left and return to the market. So walk a little bit to the left, open or press X to bring up the ghost. You'll see the long beard dude. Interact with the coin bag twice to select it, and then use the coin bag on the floating beard, and you'll get the aromatic oils. Walk further to the left. Open your inventory and use the cloth on the mirror up here. Talk to the face, and it wants a friend, so we're going to use our three-eyed cat. And now we can take from our drawers, open the bottom left, and you'll get a key from inside the vase that was in there, I guess. Walk back to the right, open your inventory, select the key, and interact with this chest here to get a skull. And then walk back to the left. Once you can see the fox, open your inventory, select the pricklies, and use them on the fox, and then pick them up to get the werewolf fur, I guess, is how that works. Then open your inventory and use the gold coins on the skeleton holding the green flask there. And we're going to buy the poison from them. And now we can continue to the left. I don't think this next step is necessary, but I've done it on every run. Open up the inventory and use your ghost vision, and then use your bag of coins in front of the bowl here. And he gives you a hint. I don't think you need to do that, but I do it anyways. Open up your inventory once more. Use the poison on this flower here. Then make sure you have ghost vision turned on, and you can pick up the ghost flower, a flower of the dead. Continue walking to the right. We need to use the aromatic oils on the incense burner. And then we need to use the tuft of werewolf hair on the incense burner. And then use the fire starter. And if you're close enough, you should automatically go to sleep, but it might tell you need to position yourself, so just walk left or right until it makes you go to sleep. You'll turn into a butterfly, and we need to fly to the left here. Until you get to a little doorway and portal area that has 12 symbols above you. So you need to press the 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 12th icons there, and then interact with the portal to go through. And we have to move some panels in the next room, which you can't see all 6 at the same time, so it's a bit of a pain. So what we need to do is actually, we basically need to flip this. So it's got to be opposite the way it is right now. So Once you've done it, you can't flip anything anymore. That's the way it needs to look. You'll see another butterfly spawn, and you want to fly left to follow it. You'll automatically get on his or its palm in this version. On the Windows version, I had trouble getting my butterfly to land in its hand. So click around until it does, and then you can just continue back to the right. Use the icon to go back to the right, and then continue flying back to the right. Once again, use the icon to go back right. And once you come back to your cat body, you can walk to the left. There we go. I was just kind of gliding there. That was interesting. Walk to the left and use the icon to swap to the left screen. And then, annoyingly, you have to walk all the way to the left to be told you can't enter, and then we'll have to walk all the way back to the right to walk all the way back to the left again. Once you get here, turn on your ghost vision, open up your inventory. The ghost skulls do go to one of these specific ones, but if you get it wrong, you just say, they'll just tell you, that's not my skull, give it to my friend or whatever. So just keep opening your inventory to give the skulls to the correct skeletons, and then they'll tell you you're not allowed to pass, so you have to walk all the way back to the right. Once you get over here, you'll see that the cat woman is waiting for us. Talk to her. And because we had the dead flower or ghost flower, she made an invisibility potion for us. Open up your inventory, double click the invisibility potion, and use it on yourself. And now we have to walk all the way back to the left again. Once you get over here, just interact with in between the skeletons and press A to go through. Then start walking to the left, and you'll notice a like biting flower on the left. Once you get close to it, open your inventory and use the potion or poison, excuse me, on it. It will disappear, and you can continue walking to the left. You'll get to a yin and yang kind of, I don't know if it's a door or a portal or whatever it may be considered, but you'll notice it when we get there. Open up your inventory and use the butterfly, the seal of light and darkness on it, and then just start pressing A on it until you go through. You'll meet Mistress Yin. Just spam A to get through all of the text. And we've made it to the demon cave. Now this part can be a bit of a pain, but if you fail, you just restart. So there are going to be 3 separate sections where we have to pick out animal cards, plant cards, and demon cards. And you'll see when we get to it. But in the first round, you have to pick the 4 animal cards and remember what spots they're in. The second round, you have to remember where the 4 plant cards are. And then the third round, he cheats, and we have to use our spirit vision to figure out where the 4 demon cards are. So I could go into more detail, but just watch the video. You'll get the gist of what we need to do. So 12 cards are going to show up on the screen, and we got to remember where the animal cards are first. So there's the cat. So 1, 4, 5, and 7 are the cards we need. So 1, 4, 7, and 5. Then we can walk left and talk to the demon head again, and it will start phase 2, where we do the same exact thing, except we need to memorize the plant cards. So talk to the head, go through the dialogue, and start the second round. So we have 2, 5, 8, and 10. So 2, 5, 8, and 10. And then the final round is where he cheats. So go ahead and talk to the demon. Don't pay any attention to the cards, it doesn't matter. Because he's going to swap them on us. Once the cards flip back over, press X and you can see where the demon cards are. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the demon is going to cheat, because that's what demons do. Just stand still for a couple of seconds and the game will automatically move you to the next scene. We're going to be at the hut, which is now destroyed. Walk left a little bit, open your inventory, and use the scroll here. And then once you have the scroll in place in the slot there, use the personal painter's seal on it to make it glow, and then give yourself a couple of seconds to change scenes. Interact with the cherry blossom, interact with the painter, and interact with the door to finish off the game. And that's all 21 achievements for 1000 G. If you have any questions or comments for me, as always, you can reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.